This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised. We are the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Podcast Day. My name is Eddie Lyon, and what's up?
What's up?
That time you trailed off.
With me, as always, is Nick Lewis.
Hey, party at Cindy's house tonight. Drunk white women for everybody.
Derek Reese.
Forgiveness is more than saying sorry.
Wrong movie.
I know, but it's Anna Faris. I know I can't see Anna Faris without that immediately popping into my head.
Which was that one?
Just Friends, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just Friends. And Cole Simper.
I got no funny quip. It's just Anna Faris has been bad since day one. I'm not gonna lie.
Day one.
I don't know what it is. Just day one. Just day one, baddie.
Yep. All about it. And we are the Nerd Corporation. Welcome to episode 247, Retromania. Run, bitch! Run!
Very nice.
We're doing Scary
That
Movie.
worked pretty well.
We're doing Scary Movie. With all the hype and news over Scary Movie 6, we thought we'd go back to the very first one to see where where it all came to be. We're gonna do some nerd news, and then we're gonna talk about the movie, who's in it, some trivia, and answer some questions. So let's get on with the nerd news.
This is from Looper, so I somewhat tend to
That was a good
trust
movie.
that it's maybe a thing, but not that
That was a
fucking.
good movie.
God damn it, Nick. So anyway, so due to the success of RoboCop Rogue City, they supposedly Amazon Prime has officially greenlit a RoboCop reboot series.
That's what I heard. I heard that too. I don't know if it was from
Yeah,
Looper.
so
Series, huh?
yeah, so Peter Oko, I don't know how that's pronounced, is set as showrunner with James Wan executive producing.
Oh,
Peter Weller has expressed interest in returning in some capacity. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, he's obvious. Well, I guess I shouldn't say obviously too old to play RoboCop. He's just a robot that doesn't move very well. So maybe that lends itself to being an old ass man. Pretty okay. But anyway, yeah. So that's a thing.
it's just old RoboCop teaching new RoboCop the ropes.
There's a very good chance it's probably gonna be that.
That
I'm
would be
too-
Not gonna lie.
I'm too old for this shit. Like
funny.
he plays just this grizzled old fucking veteran RoboCop.
I'm 2 weeks from retirement.
Yeah,
Got this gray,
And then he
gray
dies.
beard coming out of his chin strap or whatever.
And then he dies at the end of the series, like with circuits popping and things like that. I was 3 days from
Damn.
he's got two fingers on a spoon of baby food, and he's just like, I'm too old for this.
Oh God.
So
I
you
hope-
feel good about
yeah.
it.
I mean, James Wan. Let's
Yeah.
not.
I mean, I think it could be pretty cool.
I think
If
his
they-
ubiquity is starting to come off as very redundant to me. James Wan's fucking everywhere, dude.
He really is.
He really
Yeah.
and I'm not going to say stifle yourself and just stick to horror, because you kind of do that okay. It's I don't know. Maybe that's his way of like, hey, I'm gonna try and do other things, because he's been doing other shit for a while, right? He hasn't just been doing horror stuff. He does the Fast and the Furious, right? Yeah. So I don't know.
So
Uh,
at best, it'll suck enough that I'll like it. You know what I mean?
See, I don't think that those Fast and the Furious movies suck. Like I don't
I
know if I
do.
would use that. And I don't, but I wouldn't judge other people for thinking so, I feel like it's a valid opinion. I just don't think that they suck, bro. Dude, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars are made off those fucking movies. People go see those fucking movies. And not only do they
People suck
buy
too.
them on not only do people like buy them on Blu-rays, they put their seats in, they put their butts in seats, dog. Like and they show
Yeah,
They'll
out.
I mean,
go and see that
like
shit.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand going to a movie theater to see it, turn your brain off, have some popcorn. I definitely don't understand buying those movies. I don't. I
can
don't
definitely see
understand
like
going. I'm gonna watch this at least twice, 3 times a year. Like this is quality cinema right here.
Bro,
I don't. That I don't get.
Bro, I play bandolero at least once a week, dog. Like,
Eddie's right next to me. That's why I'm pointing.
Oh my god.
un bandolero donde voy. Me voy, gracias a Dios.
Awful. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think movies that are that suck do that. You know what I mean? Like they're like it. The worst
Yeah.
thing that I think you can say about them is that they're like contrived. They're redundant, and they're not much, but they are popcorn flicks. And you should never underestimate the power
Yeah.
of a movie in a nice chair with a giant tub of buttery popcorn and an ice cold Coke right next to it. Like you're
Well,
gonna like that movie even if it's a bad movie.
The thing about these
Especially
movies,
now. Okay.
especially the thing about these movies, I think, is the fact that apart from maybe Vin Diesel, these movies are very self-aware. You know what I mean? Like the way that they're written or whatever. Vin Diesel probably thinks he lives this shit by this time. Like it's.
Oh, I know.
I would like to counter
Mhm.
that I went to one of those mystery movie showings that the Megaplex does. I think they still do it, but me and my friend Amber went because we kept going, hoping that we were gonna get like the movie was gonna be Nosferatu because that's what was coming out like
Mhm.
2 weeks later, and we got. I can't fucking remember what the name of that movie is.
You told us
But-
about this. It was a big movie.
No, it was the movie where the dude like is a monkey. He's like a singer.
It's based on like an artist. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's rough.
Fucking horrendous.
That's crazy.
And we paid $5 to see it. And it was
know,
really
At
bad.
least you only paid $5.
Like
you know?
the thing about it is like I read an interview later on that said like, oh well, this is how I felt like I was being portrayed. But nowhere in the movie does it even allude to that. Like you're just thinking that you're watching this talking monkey that grows up and
Yeah.
is a singer, dude. Like it's so stupid.
I remember seeing like clips of it on TikTok, and I'm like, this is awful.
So you can go to a movie and hate it.
So
Oh,
for
of course.
this RoboCop series, like I hope, I mean, and it's on Amazon, and they don't seem to really care. So this is my hope: is that I really hope they preserve the cheesiness of the RoboCop movies.
I really do too.
And just really lean into it and go, you know what? If somebody's watching RoboCop, they're watching
know.
it for this.
Right.
You know?
No, yeah. They
I really hope they don't turn it into some like gritty realist reboot sort of bullshit. Like
that's why the modern
cheese.
one failed. That's why the modern one failed, because it was RoboCop in face only. It didn't capture that essence. It didn't capture that cheese. You know what I mean? Like, I want to, if I'm going to watch that series, if I want to watch that series, I want to see it camped up like a motherfucker.
Yes.
I want to see a new version of I'd buy that for $1. I want to see all that, dude. And I honestly, that's why I feel like the latest one failed, because it was trying to be too gritty and serious.
I wouldn't, if I were you guys, or if you are looking forward to it, I wouldn't worry about it, just because I feel like RoboCop is like it's got that cult status to it where it's like people are gonna only show up if they're like represented in some type of way. So like, and
Yeah.
with that like specifically, and I'm hoping that it's not like over the top and like fucking annoying and like
Right.
remember, hey, remember when he
Yeah.
did this? Remember when he shot his dick off? Like I'm hoping it's not like over the head, like it doesn't beat you over the head, but
Right.
It definitely has to have that camp, and it has to have the gore factor, and it
oh
has to
fuck
have
Yeah.
just like he has to be indestructible. Like
like ridiculous. Yeah.
yeah, it has to be just crazy off the wall fucking. It has to be RoboCop.
And Amazon's a good
Absolutely.
sign.
Yeah, Amazon
Yeah.
is a good
Oh,
sign.
We even though it's so gross, dude, like we went to go see this movie, Project Hail Mary yesterday.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that Ryan Gosling joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, how is it?
Pretty good. I liked it. Dude, I really like you know me. I really like space stuff. I really like the other thing too is like I've really come to appreciate the idea of like generation ships where like, and this doesn't really have like a generation ship in it, but like it has kind of the same idea where this guy, Ryan Gosling, plays this middle school teacher, but he's insanely brilliant. And he wrote this paper like years ago about how something about how to do with like maybe life forms on other planets, like they don't have to rely on water, like they're not carbon based life forms, right? Like
Right.
they can do their own thing. And then he like basically got like laughed out of the scientific community, and basically just took residence in a middle school and like found pleasure in that. But then out of nowhere, the sun is being, and I can't remember how they alluded to it, but like the sun is being, there's a big problem. The sun is being eaten by this new, like some sort of alien race, and they call them something phage, astrophage. That's what it is, because it's eating the stars, right?
Mhm.
Eating the suns. So like they come up with this plan to go into like they come up with this plan to send an engineer, a scientist, and a pilot on this suicide mission where they're going to go all the way out to they got this long shot. There's a star that is fucking light years away from Earth, and it's not being eaten. Like it's not getting dimmer and dimmer. So for some reason that we need to go to that sun, but it's forever away. And when you go, you are not coming back. Like you're gonna die, right? And if you have any interest in seeing the movie, I'll keep it vague. But Ryan Gosling is on there through other means, and he's basically just it's lone man in space, dealing with what they're doing, and it kind of takes a little bit of a turn where I feel like will it kind of applies a little bit more to kids, like, and not in like a in a childish way. I just feel like if I was like a teenager, I feel like this movie would have been fucking dope, dude. Like if this movie would have hit me like 15 years ago, I feel like this would have been like one of my favorite movies because it's just cool. Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
is like he's fine, like he's just kind of a bumbling fucking dude, but it's good enough. And it does pull a cardinal sin though in movie making. In the book of Cole, right? In the book of Cole, where you're looking at what does and doesn't bug him in movies, I fucking refuse to be emotionally manipulated by fucking inanimate objects. Okay? It happened with Toy Story, and I've been fucked up ever since. Okay? I'm telling you, I think everything in my fucking life has a face and a personality, and it's because of fucking Toy Story. Okay? I can't throw away that controller because I'm personally attached to it. It might talk when I'm not around. You know what I mean? That's how fucking attached I am to it.
Right.
And this movie it's kind of goofy, so I kind of do want to spoil it, but it just came out, so I'm not gonna fucking do that. But there's a very obvious turn where it's like, oh, okay, this is what the movie's trying to do, and it does it a lot. And I'm like, every time it tried to do it, I'm like, you are trying to make me love something that isn't real. You are trying to make me feel bad about the death of a character when that thing isn't real at all. Like So yes, cardinal sin. I fucking hate it when movies try to make me feel bad for stupid thing. Like you could say the same thing for like dogs too. Like if you like make it a point in the story to like build up the idea of the dog getting hurt or killed or dying or anything like that, it's like fuck you, hate that. Like just tell me a story. Life sucks enough as it is. Just and we got to deal with that shit. Like why do I got to see them? I digress. Cardinal sin.
No, I Am Legend.
Kind of, yeah. I Am Legend did it too, but like there was like a purpose behind that too, right? And like or am I thinking he survives the end of that movie, right? Like he like goes to a different compound, right?
No, he dies, I think.
He dies, right?
No, I don't remember that movie like hardly at all.
I think, yeah, I think he
Isn't
like
the end of the movie him like pulling into a new compound where there's like a new civilization there and like they're like
I
working on a
don't
cure and shit?
no, I think you're thinking of something else because
Because he
um
dies, right?
Will
Because
Smith
I specifically remember him dying.
he like he like gets locked into with like one of the like head zombie things, and he has like a grenade, and he like pulls the pin on the grenade and blows himself and the zombie up inside that fucking thing,
So that
right? Like,
makes
am I?
yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Like, because I specifically remember that happening. Like I like that exactly. But him dying kind of makes up for it, right? A little bit.
Mhm.
But also at the same time, like that he kills his dog. That dog doesn't just die. He has to kill that dog because he like the dog got infected, right? It's
Mhm.
like that insanely heartbreaking moment where it's like it's just a close up of his face, but you know what he's doing. He's killing the dog.
Yeah.
Like it's that veers into the shit that I like, where I was like, God damn, dude. Like that's like Last of Us shit, where it's
Yeah.
like you know that it's dark as shit, but it's like it's meaningful storytelling where it's like, you know that dog meant fucking everything to him. And
Mhm.
after that, like him dying was almost kind of like a prerequisite, right? Like he lost the only thing in his world and
Mhm.
he needed to die after that. That's kind of how I interpreted that story. But it's kind of the same thing. But I Am Legend fucking rules, dude.
So in an alternate ending, he does survive. He returns the zombie to his colony because he realizes that the colonies, like that the zombies actually have like emotions or whatever. And
Yeah.
so he leaves and ends up finding a colony of people. And so we're both right.
Do you remember how big that movie was when it came out?
Dude, that movie was everywhere.
That was a big moment, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That was like one of those Will Smith movies that fucking popped off.
Fucking sent him. Fucking slapped him into a new era.
I don't know. When did he get married to Jada?
I don't
Keep my dog's name out your mouth.
know. Slaps the zombie. And now even better, slaps the mannequin.
Yeah. The
Exactly.
mannequin part is so funny.
Fred, are you real? Fred, are you real?
I don't know. I can't tell you that I would act any different. I would go fucking insane. I would be
Oh, bro,
like,
easy.
dude, I just know
Easy.
myself. I would probably be worse if I'm
Yeah.
being honest.
Before I get to my news, I'm not done talking shit about Better Man. Despite a reported $198 million budget, it garnered 1.1 million during its opening.
Damn.
What is
Damn.
better? What are you talking about?
That's
What is
the
it?
monkey movie, dude.
the monkey movie.
Oh,
It's called Better Man.
Yeah, that's awful. Who's it
Yeah.
about?
It's a biopic about what's his name? Robbie Williams.
Is
He's
this
a-
man black? We need to know right now.
No,
He's a really- he's a really-
he's a British, he's a white British
He's a-
pop singer.
Yeah, he's very,
Isn't he?
very popular in Britain.
Okay, so he passes the minority report, so that's good. So now he just needs to fight the insufferable allegations. Because dude, I'm telling you, every second of that movie that I saw, I'm like, dude, this is awful.
It was really bad. Like,
It's called Better Man.
I don't know. It was just not. It's just
And it
not
came.
good.
The funniest thing about it is it came and went like a fucking fart in the wind, dude.
Yeah.
Like I saw like tiny clips about it just because I guess I'm on like movie TikTok or something because like I always see clips of like newer movies. But that was one of them. And I remember thinking, I'm like, holy God, that looks really bad. Never looking at that.
Guy had scurvy.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was scurvy from fucking dieting.
Leave it to the Brits to get scurvy. Like nobody else gets scurvy. But yeah, I just had to put that in there. Mine is also about another feature film being made. And it starts out saying
Like a while ago, dude. Take it out.
it starts out saying last year's Final Destination Bloodlines was a surprise hit for the director duo, which I thought that movie was fucking stupid. Like it did not have good acting in it, but I only saw it the once, so it might
I
want
never
to
heard
rewatch.
I never heard a single person say a single thing about that movie.
Yeah.
I
Not
saw.
one.
I saw that
Not
it was
good
a
or
thing.
bad.
So it's a director duo made that, Adam B. Stein and Zach Lipovsky. They're lining up a Venom animated film for Sony, but the big one here is Stein and Lipovsky, as part of their overall deal with Sony, will direct a Metal Gear Solid movie.
Uh-oh.
If Kojima's not involved, I don't even want to I don't even want to entertain the idea.
The next words out of my mouth were going to be that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, if he's not involved, I don't want to fucking not even entertain the idea of its existence.
And it's like when the article starts off, like, when you're hot, you're hot. And it's like, no one's heard of these two. Like, nobody's hot here.
So what did they do? Like they're talking about the directors, they're hot.
Yeah, so it says, when you're hot, you're hot. Last year's Final Destination Bloodlines was a surprise hit for director
yikes.
duo Adam
Oh,
Stein and Zach
yikes.
Lipovsky.
Oh, big yikes, brother. That's rough.
Like,
I didn't hear
what
anything.
hit?
Yeah, I don't remember hearing anything bad about that Final Destination movie, but
It just
I mean,
wasn't.
it's almost worse that you haven't heard anything good or bad. Though.
Yeah,
Like no
sure.
one was talking about it at all.
I mean, if you take it at face value for what it is, just another Final Destination movie
It's a
with
dead
a bunch of people
franchise.
dying, then
Yeah.
watch it, but don't watch it like expecting,
A
creative
masterpiece.
plot lines and
Yeah,
Yeah.
just piggybacking off that idea too is like it's a dead franchise, dude. I don't remember the last time that a Final Destination did so well, that it required a sequel of any kind. But also at the same time, I feel like horror movies are just kind of always profitable. I don't know what it is, but like
You know what I always thought of for Final Destination was that it would be cool if it was an anthology series.
yeah, like there was like an actual like bad, like they had like a name behind the thing that was well, I mean, I guess it's death.
Yeah, but I mean, like, let's say it's a 10 episode arc, right? Episode 1 would start with the accident, right? Whatever it is that caused people to miss their death moment or whatever. And then they just all separate and do like go off on their own lives. It'll be 5 people, so episodes 2 through 6 or whatever, or 2 through 7 is just them evading death in every which way, right? uh, but having it catch up to them at the end of the episode. By episodes 7, 8, and 9, or 8, 9, and 10, the remaining, the remaining people or whatever, however they escape their death, try to escape death and then all die by episode 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then bam.
I think
we
that'd be a cool
we got to
idea.
pitch this to Tubi, dude.
I think that'd be a great. Well, maybe not Tubi. But
Well, no,
I
we
think
were just talking about how
And
Tubi will pick up
it up.
anything.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh
Yeah.
Well, I
We
would
could
shoot
do-
for the moon with something like this because I do think that would be like a meaningful way of
Yeah,
bringing
no, absolutely.
Final Destination to like a modern standard is to put it into this in this long form content way that Eddie's saying, where it's like, no, this is a series. I know that you were talking like structure. I'm thinking actual series. Like they actually do that, where they have like a 10 episode run. I think that would be really cool. And super doable. And I do feel like, maybe people wouldn't show up because, it is Final Destination, but like, I don't know. I do, maybe people, I guess on that point, like maybe people only show up for that movie, like Final Destination in movie form. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
they're only down to sit down for like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and then after that just be done,
I guess we'll see though, because they're working on that 13 Ghosts series.
Yeah.
So if that succeeds, maybe there really is a market for something like that.
Maybe.
Are they
I know
working
I'm
on that,
like this-
or are they
if
working
something
on
like
that,
this
or
comes up,
is that just like a bunch of AI slop that I keep seeing everywhere? Like this movie's happening.
I've not looked into it super deeply, but
I know that it was
yeah,
being
no, I've been
the idea was
seeing
being
stuff
thrown
for a
around.
while about doing 13 Ghosts as
Yeah.
a series where you get a backstory and a much more involved history for the ghosts and all that kind of thing. But
What were you gonna say, Eddie? You were spinning your hand.
Oh, I was like, if something like this comes up, then we have another lawsuit.
Yeah.
yeah,
What is that, like 13 now?
Yeah, 13.
at least 13 lawsuits.
Anyways,
That'll
the
be our
article
horror
goes on
movie.
to say it's highly unlikely Kojima will have any kind of direct influence on the movie. So I already don't care.
Get it out of here.
And then at the bottom here, where did I read that? We'll see what becomes of the project as time goes on, but get used to saying Lipovsky and Stein for a while.
How much money did they pay
They're
you
really
to
trying to make
article?
that a thing, right?
Someone paid that motherfucker money to do that shit, to
Yeah.
make this article.
Fucking cringe, dude.
It's on Nerdist, dude. Like somebody at Nerdist got, man.
Yeah,
Fucking
for sure.
crazy.
But yeah, that's all I've got
Hey,
on that.
if that idea excites you of a Metal Gear Solid movie, just go play the game.
Yeah.
Please, actually just go play the game because it's awesome. It lasts as long as a movie too. So like, it's one of those games that like really doesn't, prolong its stay. It's one of those ones where you can run through it as many times as you want because it begs for perfection. Like it's one of those that's like super deep. So you can go into it and do like an incredibly intricate fucking hard mode playthrough, or you can just blitz through it. Like it's expertly designed. Please just go play that game. And it's available like pretty much everywhere. So
Another thing that you should do is if you're looking for a fun weekend watch, you should go watch the new Anaconda movie on Netflix because it's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I think
And
people had the wrong
another thing.
expectations.
Yeah.
Another thing you could do is go fuck yourself.
You could also do that. One would also argue you could watch that movie though.
Well, true.
Has like Jack Black in it, right?
You
Yeah,
can do
it's
both.
Jack Black, Paul Rudd. Those are the only.
How interesting.
Oh, Steve Zahn, who totally makes the movie.
Oh, Steve Zahn's in it?
Yeah.
All right.
You're sold, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably be doing that and fucking myself at the same time, but
Just watching the movie. Just
Steve Zahn really does it for
It's a
him.
great thing.
I love it when Steve Zahn fights snakes.
Did you know what movie I saw
don't-
that fucking was a complete fever dream when I first saw it, that I hardly remembered anything of it? Was This Is the End.
Dude,
Um,
classic movie.
yeah, that was a good one.
Dude, fucking Michael Cera is the funniest fucking person in that fucking movie, dude.
He slapped
You know
Rihanna's
that?
ass.
Yeah, you know that he actually asked her if he could do that on the
Mhm.
condition that she could punch him as hard as she could. I'm sitting here like, that's a trade I'm willing to make, dog. Like,
You
I'll
see,
do it.
it's so funny though, because you see him hesitate for it first. He goes,
yeah.
"Ah!"
Well, I
Just-
mean, wouldn't
and she
you?
lets him. Yeah, she fucking lets him have it, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
No, it's smash.
I'm
So-
coming all over everything. I'm coming all over every room in this house.
I'd smack that shit and then I'd kiss her on her giant fucking cranium. Be like, you go, bitch.
So back
What
to
does this
our
cocaine smells like? That's my
back to
favorite line in
our
the whole movie. Line a second. That's my favorite line in that whole fucking movie. What does this cocaine smell like? Blows it all over. What's his face?
He's like leaning on the table, just like sipping a juice box.
Anyway, yes, let's get back to the news.
So back to our weekly episode of Who's Dead. We have
Eddie, I need you. Hold on, right before you do this, Eddie, I need you to make a song. I need you to make a jingle. I need you to do something, and we'll call it Death Corner.
Death Corner.
We have to make just this a thing, right? Like, because it's funny, it's morbid, it's whatever, and we can make jokes and shit. But like, I'm not saying like have it ready for next time because you know somebody's gonna die in between here and next episode.
Yeah.
Just start working on a death jingle. I trust you to
do a little rainbow, and then just underneath it, just as the rainbow comes up, because just like let it just like from start to finish, and then like as it goes, just underneath have the words "Who's dead?"
Nerd Corporation's Death Corner.
Who's dead?
You do like the pearly gates, and it's like, guess who died today? Guess who died this week?
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. I'm gonna work on it.
So we have Yoshihisa Kishimoto, who is one of the he's a co-creator on the Double Dragon and River City Ransom games.
I did see this.
Passed away on the 6th of April, so last Monday.
I was going to say, is this another Japanese guy that none of us have ever heard of? But no, it's not.
I mean, not that you may necessarily know the name of, but you definitely know what he did. Yeah.
The Double Dragon games are awesome.
That last guy did Lupin the Third. I mean, that's a good one.
True.
Juice, that's a good one.
Lupin the Third, that was a good one.
Lupin ate me.
Hey, you know what?
That's
Death
it.
Corner, it can't be all, giant stars, right? Fucking
it's
Betty White doesn't die every week. You know what I mean?
Next week, I'm just going to look through some random papers obituary and be like,
It's
well,
like the local
Margaret
obituary.
Jones died.
Somebody from Cache Valley just
she had 6 grandchildren, and
she had lumbago.
She would sell cookies at the farmers market.
Just get the Herald Journal and just start reading off names. Well, no meaningful celebrities died this week, so we're just gonna pay tribute to some lost souls.
Somebody loved Margaret.
Souls.
Right? Somebody loved Margaret.
I fully co-sign on that entire idea. Sounds fucking amazing. It's not a joke.
Before we get into the subject of the hour, since you're watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little bell icon. We want to get into as many nerd ears as possible, and that is the best and the freest way you help us do that. We also have merch. Go to redbubble.com/nerdcorp podcast and get our sayings and logos on anything from stickers and shirts to mugs and hats and other things. So now, welcome to another segment of...
Welcome to Retromania!
Retromania. Scary movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Came out in, what was it, 2000?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah.
Defying the very notion of good taste, Scary Movie out parodies the pop culture parodies with a no-holds-barred assault on the most popular images and talked about moments from recent films, television, and commercials. The film boldly fires barbs at the classic scenes from Scream, The Sixth Sense, The Matrix, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and The Blair Witch Project, and then goes on to mock a whole myriad of teen movie cliches, no matter the genre. Yeah, dude, this movie, I remember seeing, I was 15 the year this movie came out.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, you were 20, right? You were in college when this movie came
I
out.
was in South Korea when this movie came out.
Yeah, but you were still
Like
20.
I remember seeing, because like in Korea at least at the time, they like, I had no idea what this movie was about, because like they would make sort of like paint up their own movie posters of movies. So like it wasn't like an official movie poster. It was just some dude was like, here, let me paint this shit. And so like it was just all these faces and everything. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck this even is. Like it was
But you're like,
it
but
was
I have
not,
to see it somehow.
yeah, I was like, it was not, you know, I didn't get back into the States until a year later. And, you know, so that was when I was like able to actually watch it and everything. But like, I was like, is this like really a scary movie? Is this, I had no idea what even genre it was. No clue. I was like, I don't even understand what is happening on this poster.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Movie was directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans. Legend in comedy, man. He directed Living Color, White Chicks, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, just to name a few, right?
Don't be a
Uh,
menace, right?
yeah, Don't Be a Menace. It's written by Sean and Marlon Wayans, also legends. I mean, the Wayans family is notorious for being legendary in comedy. Together, they wrote White Chicks, Little Man, Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood.
Dude, Little Man is so fucking funny, dude.
It is, dude.
God, I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that fucking movie,
I don't
dude.
think I've seen that one.
Oh my God, throw that guy on tonight and just
Yeah.
have a good ass night. That's
Little
like,
Man.
I think that one's better than White Chicks personally. That dude, that movie is so fucking
Oh,
funny,
whoa,
dude.
whoa, whoa,
I don't agree. I don't
whoa.
agree with you, but that, that's the love.
At the very least, it's an incredibly strong contender.
It's funny.
I
It's
mean,
funny.
I have a bit of a weird, I mean, I guess it's not like a love-hate relationship, but like I definitely I get these movies. I'm fine with these movies, but they're the humor in them and the things they're parodying, like it's a little on the nose
Oh yeah.
sometimes
Oh
for
yeah.
me. You know what I
No,
mean? So
it's not
sometimes I'm
subtle
like,
at
all right,
all.
let's chill. Like give me an airplane. Give me airplane. Like that's the parody and you know, humor, or any movie like Blazing Saddles or
Sure.
Spaceballs, or you know, any of those. Like I like that type of humor, but I also want it to be clever,
Yeah,
not just
no.
like
Yeah, no,
smacking
a
you in the
lot of
face,
yeah,
you
no, a
know.
lot of the humor in this movie is not clever at all. My only point is those are comedy movies, whereas this movie, like Blazing Saddles and shit like that, like I hear your point and I
Yeah.
agree.
They're not really the same genre either, because these are
Yeah,
parodying specific scenes and specific movies and
yeah.
things like
Well,
that,
and
where you know, things like that are usually kind of more parodying like the idea, you
sure.
know, like,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
Right.
no.
you know,
I feel like these guys are like I feel like these guys in these movies, like the first 3 specifically, just cuz I feel like after 4 you're kind of losing the plot a little bit in terms of what makes these, that and one other specific reason that we will get into. But I think that these guys are kind of trailblazers, man, because they created a
oh yeah.
whole new type of fucking movie with this shit. Like it's
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I never once, even when I was young, like, and I was watching these, I've got a little bit of Cole lore for you to drop on you here in a minute, because these movies are very tied to my childhood. And I, even back then, I don't ever remember them being like they were fucking hysterical because they were made for me. You know, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they were made for kids with kid ass fucking humor. And I blame this and I blame Jackass specifically for like my
Yeah.
childish ass
Yeah.
fucking humor that I have, where it's like, you know, farts are funny and shit like that. Like that's all
Right.
tied to this movie and Jackass specifically. And I agree with you where it's like it's the humor's not really fucking there in terms of like writing, but like I think
Mhm.
that, and you know, I'm really am just running defense for having a childish fucking sense of humor, but it you know, it's not trying to be that. I think it was
Yeah.
more
I mean, it
and not only that, it
absolutely
was
has
also
its
trying to be
place.
insanely provocative. You know, like it was
Yeah, right.
like that was the other thing too, is like it had dumb fucking humor in it like that, like fart jokes and shit, but it also was like insanely fucking provocative.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
not
I mean,
only
it
that, but
absolutely has its place.
uh not only that, but like where it is like a parody, right? You know, where it is like parodying other
Yeah.
movies, it kind of has to be on the nose. Like it kind of has to just like it has to tell you what it is in order for you to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
That's a
Like,
valid point. Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially because I mean, like I was saying earlier, like they're not as much trying to parody the idea or the genre of like a sci-fi movie or whatever. They're
or a
trying to
western.
parody very specific movies and go, "You're fucking stupid."
Yeah.
Like
This is Scary Movie. This is I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Mm.
This
yeah,
is Scream. Like, you know, so I
yeah,
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but like
yeah.
they definitely like it's just like you said. They definitely have their place.
Oh yeah.
And
It
that
was
place, that place is right here.
it's right here. This movie was also written by Buddy Johnson, who wrote for the Wayans Brothers, My Wife and Kids, and Not Another Teen Movie. Other writers include Phil Bowman, who wrote for all the other scary movies in Living Color, the Wayans Brothers, and Not Another Teen Movie, and Jason Friedberg, who wrote for all the other scary movies and parody movies like Meet the Spartans, The Starving Games, and Superfast. Final writing credit is Aaron Seltzer, who wrote for all the other scary movies and parody movies along with Jason Friedberg.
Did you say
Bro,
Friedberg?
Friedberg.
Damn, super Jewish. Okay.
if you want to see just an example of how far like an actor has come, go watch Not Another Teen Movie. Because Paul Dano's in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he has this
interesting.
line that I think about all the time. It lives rent free in my head. And it's when they're, in detention and they're like getting we're gonna go get laid, this and that and the other. And it's like, we won't have to do this anymore. And then Paul Dano's like, no longer will we have to wear blindfolds while we're jerking each other off. They're
Yeah.
just like
Dude, Cole, I like that you're like super Jewish. That like as opposed to what a sprinkle of Judaism, a
Just
hint, just
he's
a hint of
Jew.
Judaism
He's
in
not
there.
Normally
he's
it's like
Jew,
a
Jewish.
sometimes it's like a Steinson or a, like a Stein
Yeah,
something or a something
Steenburgen.
Berg. No,
a
Friedberg. That's the most
Steenburgen.
Jewish name I've ever heard in my life. What is
Friedberg,
his
right?
first name? Shalom?
Wow,
It's just
I'm
it's
I'm
just
I'm
it's
Yamaka
just
Friedberg.
right.
Dude, what was that movie? I think it was I think
Yamaka
it was
Friedberg.
I think it was Gremlins where or I don't know, I don't remember
Oh,
what movie
God.
it was, but they're walking into a store and you can hear like these two like you see these like two Hasidic Jews walking out and one of them says like, "Oh yeah, his name is Shlomo." And the other guy goes, "Oh what, like the replay?" Fucking lost it, dude.
Oh man.
That
I
rocks.
gotta look that up because that was in like something that I watched recently.
Mm. Cast goes as follows. We got Anna Faris as Cindy, Serena in
Note.
Waiting, Shelly in The House Bunny, the voice of Sam Sparks in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, just to name a few. John Abrams is Bobby. He was Denny in Meet the Parents, Dalton in House of Wax, and Frank Perminger in Wonder Man. Regina Hall is Brenda. She was Shonda in Malibu.
Regina Hall.
Yeah, she was Shonda in Malibu's Most Wanted, Maya in 2019's Shaft, and Barb in the SpongeBob movie from last year.
She could get it
Yeah.
all day.
Sean and Marlon Wayans is Ray and Shorty. They were Sean and Marlon Williams and the Wayans brothers, Kevin and Marcus and White Chicks, Ashtray and Loke Dog and Don't Be a Menace. Shannon Elizabeth as Buffy. She was Nadia in American Pie, Kathy in 13 Ghosts, and Justice in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
By the way, when I was a kid and I watched this movie, no connections to anything except for like the horror movies that I had seen this was making fun of.
Yeah.
Watching it earlier, when I realized that her name is Buffy Gilmore, I went, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Dave Sheridan is Doofy. He was Officer Ray Dobson in The Devil's Rejects. He was Roscoe in Little Man. And Sheriff Lincoln in a parody movie called The Walking Deceased. Lachlan Monroe is Greg. He was Agent Jake Harper in White Chicks. Deputy Stubbs in Freddy vs. Jason, and Craig in Night at the Roxbury. Sherry O'Terry is Gail Hailstorm. She was in, as you know, she was in Saturday Night Live. She was Mayor Wilson in Inspector Gadget and Jane the Receptionist in Liar Liar.
Could get it.
Oh yeah.
It was nice seeing her again. I mean, she hasn't been in anything in a hot minute,
Oh yeah, dude.
right?
I'm sorry, Gail. I only touched the top of the breast
It was so tender and juicy.
So fucking funny.
because Gail wears Prada shoes.
Oh man. Talk to me about the movie, guys. Tell me your things. Tell me.
I was just gonna say that scene kind of towards the end when the sheriff's like interviewing Cindy and he sits down at the table after giving her a cup of coffee and he's like, "All right, let's talk." And he starts pulling out and he pulls out like the flageller and then the butt plug and just sits it on the table.
See,
Dude,
I had
a couple deep belly laughs seeing this movie again. Like
yeah.
some of those scenes got me, dude. Like when it's like turn on the porch light and the dude that looks like Prince is out there screaming. It's not my
I forgot all about that scene, dude. That scene like fucking lodged itself into the recesses. And when it came out, dude, I was like, "Oh yeah," and fucking laughed so hard.
If we're talking Kurt Fuller scenes, I think my favorite is when he's showing her the pictures that you presume are going to be pictures of victims. It's just him and all these little poses. And he's like, "Really? Not this one? No,
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, like that was,
dude, he's so funny,
so good.
Let me show you this one again. Let me show you this one
again. Or like when he's talking to her in the office with fucking, I forgot that Squiggy was the principal, by the way.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
But when he's talking to her in the office and he's like, "What was she like in bed?" He's like, I'm just kidding with you.
Dude, I still to this day quote I thought I told you not to disturb me while I'm cleaning my room.
Hey Terry, smell this. Oh, what's that? My ass.
Like I'm telling you, I said that shit like last week. Like
so here's the Cole lore for the episode. So I'm pretty sure that I've mentioned this on the cast before, but you know, my parents were incredibly strict. They really didn't want me playing games or listening to music or watching movies that I shouldn't be. So and my parents were divorced. I don't know, I'm sure that came up too, but so when I was at my dad's, it was way more militant. Like, you know, like, hey, you're not going to be, you know, and they were pretty lenient too, you know, like most PG-13 movies I could go see. Like, I don't even think there was one that I couldn't. Like, it was all just, you know, and we, you know, snuck in the occasional R rating. You know, I don't want to say like I was sheltered or anything, but when I went to my mom's, I could pretty much do anything the fuck I wanted.
Dad wouldn't let me watch this movie.
Oh yeah. Well,
she's like, "Oh really? Put it on."
Well, and it wasn't more. it wasn't necessarily that. It was more that she just wasn't really paying as close attention as my dad was.
That
I
makes me wonder, like, I wonder how on earth they translated some of the comedy of this into Korean, like other languages, like Korean. Like,
Yeah.
there's got to be a significant amount of this that really just doesn't translate.
Probably not. I mean, I think the translators, localizers, I think they would probably like, translate it
Like, change
into
the jokes to something that would like make
some
sense
degree.
for,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I don't know if yeah, I'm sure that they would be like, that's an American joke. Only people in America would understand that. Like I think that they probably take stuff like that and just kind of rework it.
Yeah, they must.
So like that initial joke is still there, but like
Yeah,
it's
Right.
just kind of tied to them.
Mhm.
But yeah, this movie, more specifically the second movie, that's kind of like where I started with Scary Movie. But like
Mhm.
I went back just because I was so fucking obsessed with that second movie. And
Mhm.
I remember thinking like, oh, I wasn't even a fan of Scream or, I know what you do. I know what you do last summer. I know what you did last summer. Like I wouldn't even, I'd never even seen those movies. In fact, the Scream mask actually used to scare the fucking piss out of me for the longest time. Like I would, and I had to have told this on the podcast, but like my dad owned like I think all of them at that time, like early 2000s. So like up to Scream 3, I think. And I would like go through because I was such a movie kid. I loved watching movies. I would like go through all of his movies and then I would find Scream and the fucking mask would scare me and I'd be like, "No, I got to sleep at the foot of your bed. I can't sleep in my own room. It's
So
too scary."
what about the Miss Man scenes? Because those were fucking gold.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
feeling so fresh down there.
Oh my god, it was so good. And
Which
and when
that was
Bobby,
actually played by a woman.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
actually a woman, and she actually recently passed away, I think.
that's
oh
crazy.
really? Oh
Yeah.
man.
But
Thank you for
you-
all your help. I mean, all your help.
And I think probably my favorite thing was when Bobby finally gets to fuck Cindy. And he has to go in there with the hedge trimmers and how 70s
fly out.
been a while.
so
And then when he
fucking amazing.
finally nuts, he's like fucking he gets like super skinny.
Glues her to the ceiling.
Yeah, and she hits the ceiling. Yeah.
She's on top of him, like,
So
whose is that? That's mine, bitch. And she's just like slapping him.
It's Cindy. He's almost crying. He's like, it's Cindy.
so good.
So this obviously wasn't the first parody movie, but by a lot of standards, it stood like the test of time. What do you guys think? Is it about this It is about this parody that y'all think people still talk about today. Like what is
Well,
it
I
about
mean-
Scary Movie that stands the test of time?
Like Cole was saying, I mean, up to the point of Scary Movie being a thing, I mean, most parodies were a lot more tongue in cheek, a lot more like, we're going to make fun of you, but we want plausible deniability. So if you get upset, we can say, no, this wasn't about you. Scary Movie was like, nah, bitch, it's about you. Like, so that was a huge difference between this and parodies that came before.
Well, I mean, but we also did have like National Lampoon.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
Yeah, we
movies
had
like
comedy
that.
movies. Like we had like
Yeah.
movies that were all about that, but this is more it was like and to speaking onto your earlier point too, like it's just not subtle, it's just in your face. It's
No,
almost like
it's just
assaulting.
like, yeah, like it's like a direct, like, no, we're attacking you
Yeah. And
specifically.
that and my answer to your question is also tied to that as well, Derek, is just how provocative it is. Like it's just how in your face it is. Like it punches in every single direction,
Mhm.
and so it feels like in some ways it feels kind of like, hey, look at me, you know, like we're just any attention is good attention. But at the same time, like and the level of humor, like the level of like, you know, intelligent humor definitely suggests that. But I don't like it. It's more that it just created its own thing. Along with, when did Not Another Teen Movie come out? Did it came out before this, didn't it?
I think it came out
Did
around
it?
the same time.
Yeah, I thought it was
I feel
after.
like, because I totally forgot about that too. That is
2001.
100%. That's just so just a year later we got Not a Year. Yes. Okay. So that I consider those two like pioneers in terms of like
Yeah, I
this
mean
style of
this
movie.
this sort of spawned its own genre.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
That
there's like a dozen of these fucking movies, bro.
yeah,
Date movie, epic movie, fucking
Right.
superhero movie, like, and they're all like, a lot of them are like bad.
Yeah. A
Like,
lot of
Oh,
them are
yeah.
like
really
this,
bad.
Scary Movie was famous for being incredibly of its time, right? Like mocking everything from Scream to I Know What You Did Last Summer to The Matrix, even specific commercials like the What's Up guys.
Mm.
Um, do you guys think that the humor still lands today, or is the parody become like a time capsule that only
Yeah.
works if you remember the year 2000 perfectly?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a time capsule. You either had to be of that era or be a connoisseur of things from that era, or be willing to do some research.
Yeah. I think immature humor like that, it kind of has no, it's kind of timeless, where it's like at least somebody's always going to find this funny.
Right.
But I do
Yeah.
think that shit probably hit way, way, way harder because of like recent events that it was making fun of. Like there was a couple in there, dude, where it was like, you know, it was like the Gex moment where it was like, oh, this is you know, this is wilder than a late night at Lionel Richie's house, you know, like something like that. Like there was
Yeah.
some stuff in there, but like, and I could tell like one joke specifically made by the TV reporter, the one that sucks off Duffy or Doofy or whatever his name.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like she says something, and I was like, oh, that must be like a '90s thing, like a '90s reference or something. You know, like there's some of that in here, but it's more and I just it's more those movies and like tying to those movies because those movies were fucking huge. Scream and like all like those they had a moment, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's another thing is that that's I feel kind of why um movies like Blazing Saddles and so on are, in my opinion, more timeless than this.
Sure.
Because yes, the humor is timeless, but the fact that they go so directly into referencing specific moments in time and specific things that were going on
No,
really
sure,
kind
no,
of
I
limits
totally
really kind of limits that, where you know, with these other kinds of parodies where it is more vague and open-ended, that's going to have a lot more longevity and that's going to reach people of multiple eras a lot
yeah.
better. But
I think it's just those movies are more like they're like quality, you know, like where
yeah,
this
yeah,
kind of like exists in a different plane of existence where it's like I don't really know if it's trying to be it's never trying to be taken
no,
seriously, like ever.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
and I'm not saying like Blazing Saddles is trying to be taken seriously, but like its level
right.
of humor kind of demands to be respected. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it is a
Mhm.
little, you know, deeper and you know more thought through than something like this, you know.
Yeah, and
Right.
these movies are a lot more. I don't understand the reference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Just
I like the P Diddy part too.
yeah. Right.
That stuck out.
Um,
Aged
just
like milk.
right. And then just to piggyback off of that, a lot of the humor in Scary Movie relies on like gross out gags and boundary pushing jokes that were staples of the early 2000s. Do you guys think that there are parts of this movie that are genuinely quote unwatchable by modern standards, or does the satirical intent give it a free pass?
I don't know if it gives it a free pass, but I don't I am far from saying that it doesn't like that it's unwatchable. That's
Not the
Yeah,
movie
I
Yeah,
mean,
there's
itself, but like certain moments.
yeah, no,
well,
there's
even
nothing in the movie that's like A offensive enough to do that or B boring enough to be that. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, because you know these movies definitely kind of like push the envelope, but there's nothing. I don't think I'm kind of trying to compare it to like if somebody from Gen Z were to watch it, like how would they feel, you know? But and
Yeah.
it doesn't use a lot of those jokes that we kind
Well,
of moved away from in the 2000s, you know?
yeah.
But like
Well,
the
and
F
it's
slur or stuff like that. But
it's hard to like be upset at jokes of where a movie is parodying other things because like they're making fun of these horrible things that other people do. It's not like, watching Waiting and going, ugh, ooh,
Yeah.
no, that's not,
Yeah.
ooh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like this is making fun of things. Like if they had obviously this wouldn't have been a thing, but if they had made jokes about waiting, that would still be fine because they're lampooning the
Yeah.
horrible things that they were doing in that movie.
Yeah.
So like I don't even feel like it's necessarily fair to say, or does it get a free pass? Because it's, you know, they're ripping apart things like that, not participating in it, you know.
We'll do one more question before we head into our trivia. But after the success of this film, the writers, or two of the writers, Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer, they went on to make those movies we were talking about earlier. They went on to make Date Movie, Epic Movie, and Meet the Spartans. Do you guys think that the success of Scary Movie ultimately saved or ruined the parody genre for the next 10 years?
Definitely gassed it up for sure.
I think it was
I
both.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well, it's
think
too
that for
much of
the
a good thing.
yeah. I think that for the first little bit of it, you know what I mean? Like Not Another Teen Movie was a good one. There were a couple of other ones. I mean, Date Movie and Epic Movie, those movies were ass. Meet the Spartans was bad too. But there were some that like kind of came through those cracks. But I mean, I think it was very much a double-edged sword that
Yeah.
like, yeah, oh cool, another parody movie, but then you go see it and it sucks. And then,
They were
after,
they were chasing that dragon and
yeah, pretty much. They flew too close to the parody sun and fucking and called it a day. So now we get to the part of the segment where we read off some trivia. Shout out to IMDb for giving us this list. We just go down the list, read it, talk about the people who have thumbsed up and disliked it, because that's always weird and fun. But yeah, let's get on with some trivia.
at around 54 minutes, when Ray and Brenda are in the movie theater, the preview screen reads, "The following preview has been ass proved for immature audiences only. If you can read this, you are too close. Pee pee poopy boogers farts butthole. Rated I for immature. We thought it would be funny to put this here. Kiss our asses and take it off pause." And I share the same sentiment with you, Cole, about um, immature humor because I could not get through reading that without laughing. And it's like the dumbest thing you've ever read. And
It's
I'm just like,
crazy. And that's the Wayans, bro. Like the
yeah,
Wayans brothers, like the Wayans humor is so like is so immature, but it's also like really like well thought out. In that same vein, like they're just like, I don't know, like if they could do that, they just put that pee pee poo poo boogers fart joke in there, and that's fucking hilarious. Anybody else, your fucking cousin who's just immature like that couldn't just fucking run up to you and be like pee pee pooger poo poo boogers fart, and
Yeah.
you just be like, you're special. You need a
You're a
fucking
grown
short.
ass man, dog.
you're
Yeah.
special.
But the Wayans will tell it to me. I'm gonna fucking laugh my ass off because there's usually something behind it.
Mm-hmm.
The original script featured a cameo role for Jamie Lee Curtis as Cindy would discover her hiding in a closet in her house while her killer was chasing her up the stairs.
would have been dope.
Yeah, that
And
would have been good.
13 people disliked that.
They were like, absolutely not.
Either they should have put it in there or fuck Jamie Lee Curtis.
Well, I feel like they were probably saying thumbs down because they were like, no, Jamie Lee Curtis is better than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would. I would fuck Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, don't get me wrong, dog.
Bro, 3 ways to Sunday.
Mhm.
And And twice on a
Till the
Tuesday.
cows came home.
But only if she wants to, because we at the Nerd Corporation are pro
Pro
consent.
consent. We're not very in sync, but we are pro consent.
Always. When Anna Faris landed a part in the film, she was working in an ad agency and was only a week away from moving to her company's London office.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
We could have lost a bad bitch.
I would
We could have.
safe to say that she was blessed here because this was like her breakout, you know.
Yeah. Well, no, she
I mean,
did a few movies before it, but this was like the one that like
That's what I meant.
Like, this is now my full-time job. Like, I don't have to.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and
breakout's
nothing
the wrong word. It catapulted her, we'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was her
yeah.
launch.
Yeah.
At around 42 minutes, the lunchroom menu at the high school reads, "Same old shit."
13 people didn't like that. Man, these dislikes are abundant. Like there's a lot of dislikes in these.
Yeah, there's
There really
not
are.
one so far that has 0 dislikes. There's not one.
Crazy.
Scary Movie was the working title of Scream, the main movie it parodied. That's
pretty
interesting.
crazy.
Huh.
Yeah. 16 people were like, "No, I really would have wanted it to be called that." At around 6 minutes in one of the first scenes in Cindy's bedroom, she says, "Would like to have a little bump bump." And this line was originally written for Scream, but it was later changed to, "Would you like to have a little raw footage?"
So you thought you'd just climb up in my window and we could play bump bump?
Jared Leto was offered to play Bobby during the early stages of casting. He eventually declined in favor of doing Requiem for a Dream, which also starred Scary Movie writer-actor Marlon Wayans.
I think that was a good idea. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
Like-
career move.
Like, you know, there a lot all the hate that gets thrown toward Jared Leto, but that fucking movie,
he was good in that one.
cinematic masterpiece.
Horrifying. I never want to watch that movie.
And that movie was the basis for my viral TikTok, which now has 500,000 views.
Yeah, dude, ass to ass.
I don't know how, but it does.
After the release of Scary Movie 2 in 2001, the covers of Scary Movie were modified. The "no sequels" is marked over with a large red X.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I like that.
10 people did not like that.
They didn't. They were just like,
Yeah,
"Man,
10
no,
people were like,
you keep your fucking mistakes."
At around 2 minutes in the opening scene, a movie poster for Scream can be seen on the wall near the front door
did
of
notice
Drew's
that.
house. Yeah.
I noticed that this time around for sure.
yeah.
Bro, Carmen Electra was such a baddie too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And
For
so
sure.
self-aware in this movie too. Like,
She
it was perfect. When he stabs her and her implant comes out.
Mm.
That was the best part. Oh,
Dude, I still had the biggest laugh when she got hit by the parents' car and the mom pops up. She's like, "What was that?" He's like, "I don't know." And he just pushes her head back down. She's like, "What?"
Sound effects were amazing in this movie.
Yeah, dude.
Despite the screenplay credits for Aaron Seltzer and Jason Friedberg, little, if anything, from their screenplay was used. Marlon Wayans, in particular, has said that he and most of the other writers responsible for the final script never even read Seltzer and Friedberg's draft. After Keenan Ivory Wayans checked it over and assured them that it contained nothing worth retaining in their version. Despite this,
Yikes.
Seltzer and Friedberg's later movies were marked with the phrase, "from 2 out of 6 writers of Scary Movie." I remember
seeing
trailers.
those. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's
that's
pretty obvious
brutal.
too where the talent lies within these, because
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
if they're responsible for Epic Movie, A Date Movie, and Meet the Spartans, I'm pretty sure it's pretty crystal clear where the
3
talent was.
is the last good scary movie. And I'm
Yeah.
saying
And
that
that-
before
and
the
that
new
was-
one comes out.
And I think that one, even the third one, like the Wayans were gone by that time.
I think
Oh,
they
were
were
they?
still there. No, I think they were. I think they've been a part of all of them.
No, they haven't. No, they
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 haven't?
left after 2. I'm pretty sure they left after
Really?
2. Yeah, which
So after 3, they went to being PG-13, and that's like the biggest. That I feel like that's the biggest reason why Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3 are way better than more modern scary movies, is because they were PG-13. They were trying to capture that more,
yeah.
younger
Appeal to
demographic.
the wider audience, whatever.
The the Wayans brothers created, wrote, and starred in the original Scary Movie, which was directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans. They also wrote and starred in the sequel, Scary Movie 2, before leaving the franchise.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember
so,
Scary Movie 3
So-
being good.
So
Yeah,
this
no,
is a
it is
return
good.
for them.
Yeah, that's why it's such a big deal that Scary Movie 6 is coming out, because the Wayans are returning to the franchise, and
Okay.
they're glamming it right back up. Which is why I'm saying, like, the third one was good, even though they weren't part of the movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it was still a fantastic movie. Like, I would have no problem going back and watching the third one. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third
fantastic
one's when
movie.
they introduced Charlie Sheen, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit of a heartbreaker, this next one. The role of Brenda was originally offered to Aaliyah, but turned it down. And I can only imagine that she would still be with us today if she took this role.
You never know. You never know. Butterfly effect things.
She wouldn't have hung
change
out with R.
one
Kelly.
thing,
She wouldn't have died.
change one thing. It could all be
It could
different.
have been all.
But she turned it down. Just like the plane.
Sealed her fate.
Dude, another movie I watched this last weekend was Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Oh,
And
dude,
you-
that's such a great movie.
And you referencing going down with the plane just reminded me of the second movie. Of him being like,
That was the best part
It's a
of that whole
bong.
movie. I love that
He's
whole
got a
movie, but that was the
bong.
best part.
NPH would never do that.
Okay, so Scary Movie was released by the same studio as the 1996 Scream films.
A little
Wow.
disrespectful, but I respect it.
right?
9 people were like, no,
Yeah, 9
I don't
people
like
did
that.
not respect
different studio, guys.
I don't like it.
How dare your parody movie touch the same studio as my original Scream
Yeah.
movie?
This next one, I didn't notice at all.
Yeah, I didn't notice it at all, but it's very funny.
When Cindy is in Miss Man's office, there is a Nazi SS uniform hanging to the right of Miss Man.
What the fuck?
See, now I'm concerned about the people who are thumbs upping this one.
Right? Hell
What do you
yeah,
mean by
brother.
that?
Hell yeah, brother. That's helpful.
I'm going. I got to go back and find that scene really quick. We
Yeah.
can keep going, but
In the theatrical trailer, one scene shows a close-up of a character holding up a chip and saying, "This stuff is good." In the R-rated version, it is revealed the character is actually holding up a joint. That's funny.
oh my God, there is. It's where before she walks in and Miss Man's like sniffing the panties, dude.
Mhm.
Like just hanging up right next to her,
That's crazy.
plain sight.
At around 47 minutes, the name of the high school is B.A. Corps High School.
13 people were like, that's not original enough.
200 or 996 people were like, okay,
Hell yeah. I
that was
get it.
good. Yeah.
The script for this movie is actually a combination of 2 scripts Dimension Films bought in 1998. Last summer, I screamed because Halloween fell on Friday the 13th, written by the Wayans brothers and Phil Bowman, and Scream If You Know What I Did Last Halloween by Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer. The latter 2 are the 2 of the 6 writers of Scary Movie who went on to make Date Movie, Epic Movie, etc., as we've discussed. Like, I wish they had used those titles, though. Those were pretty great titles.
Dude, I would watch Scream If You Know What I Did Last Halloween. Like,
Yeah.
because it it's like, hey, these are things we're gonna make fun of, and I'd be like, yeah, dude, let's watch that.
Yeah. Last round.
When Cindy and Brenda are talking about Sean Puffy's pool party in the background, you can see parking for principal, vice principal, and coroner. And one person hated that.
Yeah, they're like, nah.
That wasn't funny, dog. You shouldn't have put that in there.
You shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.
Poor little feller.
Alicia Silverstone was offered the lead role of Cindy Campbell, but turned it down. I'm kind of glad about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer Anna Faris. She's just funnier,
Dude,
in my opinion.
I had such a fucking thing for Alicia Silverstone back in the day, dude.
Oh yeah, me too,
Oof.
dude. Like,
I don't even remember what she looks like. Let's pull her up.
Dude,
I
in
mean,
Batman,
I
dude.
think
Oh,
I don't think she would have leaned into the camp as well as
Mm-mm.
Anna Faris at all.
yeah.
I
Mm-mm.
mean, it would have been nice on the eyes, but
I've never seen this bitch a day in my life.
Bro, if you've seen Batman,
Clueless.
Batman
I never
Forever,
saw Clueless.
Batman and
Batman
You never
Robin,
Forever.
saw Clueless? Dude, Clueless is good.
She's in Batman and Robin.
she's Batgirl.
Okay. Yeah, she was
You've
cute in
never se-
that.
You've never
But-
seen
It's in that-
Clueless,
When she
I've
gets in
never
that
seen Clueless.
spandex dog.
Philistine.
right?
Sure.
Call,
Yeah.
call yourself a movie kid.
I about made Dane have a heart attack a couple days ago because I told him that I still haven't seen And There Will Be Blood. He's like, bro, how the fuck? And I'm like, dude, it's just one of those movies.
I
It's
thought you
one
were
of
going
those
to say
movies I
you
just
said
never
something
watched.
bad about burnt peanut or something.
No. He doesn't like burnt peanut as much as I think people think he does, but he just really fucking likes Arc Raiders. He is like,
I'm so done with that game.
yeah. I mean, I want to return. I'm waiting for the right moment. And
There's like 15 days left of the. There's like 15 days left to Expedition.
fuck,
We're going
are
to
you
be playing
serious?
this game for years, they said.
That's what. Yeah, I thought we were too. Yeah, boy, was I wrong.
Angela just did a really bad sigh. So I think she might go back to playing it too. I don't know. Dude, Dane and B-Man, they do it almost every morning. It's crazy. They go so hard with that
Jesus.
shit. And they make fun of me because they're like, yeah, we used to have a third. And I'm like, yeah.
Now I play Crimson Desert.
Now I'm playing a real man's game. Finally, a long one. The character that Shannon Elizabeth plays is called Buffy. The character is an obvious spoof of Helen Shivers from I Know What You Did Last Summer, played by Sarah Michelle Gellar. I love saying her name as an African warlord. Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Why are
I
you
would
gay?
like to
And the
have sex
Vampire
with
Slayer
Sarah
now.
Michelle Gellar.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? She famously played Buffy Summers in Buffy the Vampire Slayer for 7 years. In the show, there's a character played by Allison Hannigan, who was in American Pie, a movie Shannon Elizabeth was also in.
Fucking love Allison Hannigan. I
Yeah,
would
me too.
demolish her.
She just has that
Just
cute
rip
thing
that
going.
bitch in half.
Absolutely.
But only if she wants to, because we at the Nerd Corporation are pro consent.
Pro consent.
Pro abortion. Oh yeah, pro consent.
That too.
Yeah.
Wrong podcast.
At around 38 minutes, in the scene outside the sheriff's department with Gail Hillstorm reporting, the Steveston? That sounds weird. But the Steveston County Sheriff's Department sign shows it was founded in 2017. Better late than never, you know.
Right? That's crazy. All right. Well, that concludes our episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us your favorite moment in the comments. We'd love to interact with you. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On X and Instagram at Nerdcorp Podcast.
You can also find us on TikTok at Nerdcourt Podcast.
And since you're watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon. We want to get into as many nerdy ears as possible, and that is the best and freest way you help us do that. So, from all of us here at the Nerd Corporation, we thank you. We love you. And keep it nerdy, y'all.
Peace out.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, show me
Sarah-
your underwear.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, show me your button.